Hello and welcome back to my Magic Realm series. We're playing through each character for Magic Realm, from the Amazon through the Woods Girl. And after a struggle to get a Swordsman game, which was passable, we're moving on to the White Knight, where the Swordsman might be one of the most difficult characters to play as a solo character. The White Knight makes a good argument for being the easiest. Very beginner-friendly character. It's one that I often will suggest a player start with. The White Knight has a lot of advantages. They start with heavy armor and weapon, which is strong enough to take down even tremendous and armored creatures. Their special advantages are health, where they get an extra rest phase every day, and honor, where they subtract 1 from all meeting table die rolls, which means that they can hire and trade with the native groups easier. We will be playing with the 3rd edition optional rules, including Knight's Adjustment, so the White Knight will be friendly with the Order, not allied. Otherwise, it becomes too easy for the White Knight to hang out at the chapel and just get a boon for a warhorse, or hire some of the Order to come along with him. One of the disadvantages of the White Knight is the maneuverability is a bit lacking. You start with 1 fight H4 double star, one move H4 double star shit, and not a whole lot of moves which you can, with effort asterisks, that you can fatigue. So if you do have to dodge and weave around in combat, you're going to tire out quickly. Well, let's see how it goes. I honestly haven't played the White Knight in a while, so this might be difficult for me to get started, but we'll see how it goes. We'll just fetch an inventory for random locations. They should all come from the Order. We will start at the chapel, so we can be there with our friends, the Order, and see if we can get something good from them. So we get 1 type 1 spell. We only have 1 type 1 shit, so we can't cast it. We can't create white magic and cast it. But what we can do is, at the chapel where there is white magic available, we can cast it. I think usually, almost always, Make Whole is the spell that players will start with, because it allows you to come back to the chapel and use that white magic to heal up, repair your armor, and heal up all wounds and fatigue. We will not enchant our type 1 shit for that reason. Or say yes for sure, we're done. Alright, so let's set up some VPs here. I think largely it's going to be just fame and notoriety and some gold, the usual. We're a very effective monster killer. If we do end up getting some hirelings, maybe the Order or even the Lancers, then I think we could even hunt some native groups. So we're not going to take any great treasures. That purely, you just have to get lucky to get those. No usable spells, so it's going to be these bottom 3 categories. I'm going to do at least 2 in fame, 1 in notoriety, 1 in gold, and then there's that question: what's the 5th? So if we were going to do native hunting in the end game, then gold and notoriety would definitely be the way to go. If we're going to stick with killing a bunch of creatures, then we're more likely to want to put that in fame, which will be easier for us to get. It's really hard to say like how we're going to play this character, because a lot of it's going to depend on what we find. We can look at it at the end of the game and see what would have best given us the best overall score. I think I'm going to go for gold. I'm leaning towards gold just because I think there's a lot of ways to get that. Even if you don't fight with natives, just doing some treasure hunting, you can get decent gold. So I think a second point in gold is probably reasonable. Although notoriety might have been better, but let's stick with 212 here. And I'm going to click go. I will let the game place visitor admission chits. And then let's expand this a little bit, and we'll take a look at the map and see where we start and what the map looks like. All right, here we are in the order. We're actually right next to the guard. We can sneak up into ledges, into the mountains here and ledges. We're pretty close to that. We're not far from Borderlands. Looks like we can go through Borderlands without having to go through the caves, which is nice. We can get to Cliff without too much trouble. We can get to the caves. You don't necessarily want to go in the caves. To get to this branch here, the bottom half of ledges and cavern, we would need to go through the caves in Borderlands, I believe. Through Cliff, if we can find this secret passage, we can make our way to Ruins and Deep Woods, which are both great hexes for treasure hunting and monster hunting. But that would be pretty difficult. Sort of depends what Cliff looks like, how dangerous it is, if there's reasonable creatures to hunt while we're in there. The first thing we want to do is trade with the Order. I think we do want to see if we get some lucky trade rolls, even though we're only friendly with them. We do subtract 1 from our die, so getting boons, getting decent rolls regardless is possible. We might consider trading our great sword for a Morning Star, which has a speed of 3 on its alerted side, which really opens up a lot of possibilities for us. So I think the first turn is going to be hanging out at the chapel. Let's just take a quick look at the setup card. So at the chapel, we could get the Lancers, and I don't think the patrol will show up there. Oh, the patrol does show up there. So the patrol or the Lancers could show up, I think, and then the Order are there, of course. Looking at our character card. Show card, here it is. So we're friendly with Lancers and the Order. We're neutral with the patrol. They potentially challenge or battle us, but they are very slow on their workhorses, so we could run from them if necessary, so we don't need to hide. So for our first 4 phases, I think we want to trade. Question is if we want to hire one of them. They have a base cost of 8 gold, and that would be for 2 weeks. They're quite strong. I think they're tremendous and armored, on tremendous and armored war horses. So, but they don't help a lot with, for instance, stacks of small creatures, which is what we really most are worried about. I mean, they could break up a pair of heavy trolls or a pair of heavy dragons and make it so it's a lot safer for us to take out the remaining of the pair. But wolves or a stack of goblins or bats are still a pretty big issue for us if we run into them. And the things we can buy from them tend to be pretty good. If we could get a boon, we could definitely take a warhorse, though that would be extremely lucky. That would be a 1 and a 2, followed by another 1 and a 2. On 2 dice. Might have some treasures that we're interested in. Again, I think the Morning Star is better than our Greatsword. If we could trade sort of 10 gold for even price times 2, 16 gold, that'd be worthwhile. We also have our armor, which we could sell. So if we did get a lucky ×1 on a trade roll, we could even trade our armor and just buy a warhorse instead, which is in almost all cases better than a suit of heavy armor. The exception being fighting things in caves, which we don't want to do. So I think just 4 trades is the play here. I don't think we even... I think we would prefer to spend our money on things like a Morning Star or a lucky warhorse instead of trying to get a hireling. So we'll do 4 trades here. I'm just going to go ahead and record my rest because it's free, even though we are unlikely to have an opportunity to fatigue anything today. We'll send that. That's day 1. We're going to start by buying. We want to see what they have. They have 2 small treasures. Lost keys are interesting. It's less useful for the White Knight, who can often break open the things like the crypt in the vault with his tremendous chits. But the chest, if we do find it, it's good to sort of note and know that we can come back here and get the lost keys and open the chest, which is full of large treasures. The map of ruins, again, is a little bit interesting. If we do end up in ruins, -1 to locate is pretty nice, actually. There's that Morning Star, which we do want, and there are the war horses. Now, the problem is we have to make the decision about what we're trading for before we see the roll, so we can't just sort of roll to see what the price multiplier is and then make a decision afterward. Take a quick look at our prices here. I'm just going to get up my rules for a second. So the suit of armor can be sold for 17 gold. We have 10, so that gives us 27. The cheapest of the war horses is 18, so we would only be able to do it for price ×1 or a boon, which is fairly unlikely on the friendly table. I think we trade for the Morning Star, trading in kind for our Greatsword, and then if we get that, then we can use the rest of our trades trying to get lucky for a warhorse. So we'll start off by just trying to trade for Morning Star. Base cost 8. I think this is probably the most advantageous thing we can do. Will not buy drinks. So that's price ×3. That's too much. We're going to say no deal with that. Price ×4 is no deal. Another price ×3. So we've rolled opportunity here. I think we want to say no and just take this as a price ×2. This is actually an optional rule which I have on, where if you roll opportunity, you can decline it and just take the result from rolling a 2 instead. So we'll decline that. And for 16, what we'll do is we will add Greatsword, and that means we spend 6 out of our 10 gold and trade our Greatsword for a Morning Star. In almost all cases, the Morning Star is better, unless you're fighting tremendous unarmored things. There's some possible chance, or there's some possibility that having that Sharpness Star will help out, but it's more likely that the Morning Star is going to help you than hurt you. gonna take this. We'll buy it. And then we just rest. Monster die roll of 1. So nothing shows up. And we're just hang out with our friends, the Order, for the evening. We'll go ahead and end the turn. So now it's time to head out. I do have Birdsong rearrangement here so we can activate that Morning Star. And we may want to consider throwing alert actions in as we go into different areas, just because the Morning Star is so much more effective on its alerted side. Not something I often remember to do, but... So we can't make it all the way up to ledges in one turn. In fact, we probably have to stop in Oakwoods and then make our way into Nutwoods. It would really take us a few days to get up there. I think it's advantageous to go up there just because then we'll know if there's anything in here that would make it worthwhile to go through the caves and through Alpha Valley and get over there. We'll look at the woods clearings as well. It's unlikely we're going to find something there we want to fight. But I think the first day... Actually, we think we can make it into Nutwoods. I think the only issue with that is the next day would be moving up into Ledges Unhidden, which we don't want to do. So maybe move, hide, move, hide. Seems pretty slow. At least on the way out, we can just move straight out into Dark Valley. I guess we do want to stop and just sort of see what are in these woods clearings anyway. So move, hide is conservative, but I think it does make sense. And I'll just do that rest, which is free. All right, we succeeded at hiding. Monster die roll of 2. Nothing shows up in our clearing. Bones W, I believe that's Ogres. Take a look at the setup card here. It's Bones. Bones W, actually, yeah, Bones W is Ogres. We could kill a pair of Ogres. They're not worth a whole lot to us. A total of notoriety of 6. And, you know, it wouldn't be the easiest fight, because there's 2 of them, unless we fight them from hiding, in which case I think we could pick them out without any trouble. But I don't think it's worth hanging out there for 1 in 6 chance of fighting them, so we'll move on through Nutwoods here, move, hide. And, again, the free rest. Actually, we got a Monster die roll of 2 again, so if we did hang out, we would have seen those Ogres. We do hide successfully on our first try. Nothing shows up. And it's Ruins W. I believe that's wolves. Let's take a look. Yeah, Ruins W is wolves. A pack of wolves is one of the things that can take down a White Knight pretty effectively, wound them to death in just a few turns of combat. So definitely don't want to fight any wolves. So day 4 is move up into this mountains of ledges and a couple hides. Yeah, I guess we'll record that rest, even though it shouldn't make a difference. Move up into the mountains, we hide successfully, and we did get a bat. And there is a vault here, so it would be worthwhile to go over here and search the vault. I don't think we're going to fight the bat. Even with a Morning Star. The Morning Star does help a little bit in that we can tie the giant bat if it flips. It's never going to undercut it, though. Yeah, I just think, you know what we should do, which I often forget to do, is we'll take one free swing at it. So the way this works, and I just was watching another YouTuber take advantage of this tactic, which is what reminded me of it. So we'll let round 1 elapse here. No particular reason to alert a weapon. Here we'll just progress through. We'll not assign any targets. We'll let round 1 elapsed with nothing. And then round 2, we're going to take a free swing at the giant bat. And the reason why this is safe is because either you hit the giant bat and kill it, or you miss and there's no fatigue, damage, or spell casting, and combat ends regardless. So it's just sort of a free swing. Again, I don't think alerting weapon really matters here. We either hit it or not. We're going to select unassigned target, giant bat. Position our Morningstar with any fight here. It has heavy vulnerability, so this H6 should be fine. And they moved. They flipped and moved. So combat should end here, and it does. So what if we do come through here to the vault, which I think has several, maybe even 4 large treasures. We should be able to break it open with a tremendous chit. There is a tremendous troll that could come, but I think we could take the tremendous troll, particularly if we can have our Morningstar alerted. I think it's worth going to the vault, even though it would take us some time to get through Borderlands and head down this way. So it's good to sort of have that information. For day 5, we're going to move straight out through Nutwoods here and into Dark Valley. And that should get us in a position here to consider what we do next, going to Borderlands, all that good stuff. Throw the rest in, and here we go. It was a monster die roll of 6, so more bats were about to show up. And now we're ready for day 6, so a week. Coming to the end of the week. Unfortunately, I don't think we want to go into Borderlands 6 here. It's actually pretty difficult to get through Borderlands to get to the vault, because we'd have to go through Borderlands 6 and then 5. So there'd be 2 days of making our way through the caves here. And there might be danger as well. The other option would be to head to Cliff and just see if there's something a little bit easier to get to. Borderlands might have some good stuff in it as well. I don't love wasting 3 phases just sitting in Borderlands and hiding, but on the other hand, I do think sort of knowing what's in there is good. Maybe the thing to do is to go to Cliff first, and then come back, and then go to Vault if there really isn't anything in Cliff worth exploring, or if it's too dangerous to sit here and try and find this passage. Yeah, I think I like this because it's a little bit more efficient for phases, and that we can move, hide, take a little risk, but just make our way into Cliff. And then we'll come back to Borderlands and go through to the vault if it looks like Cliff is going to be too dangerous and too hard to get through to ruins and deep woods. We failed to hide, so we'll see if we end up fighting something here. Lucky, nothing shows up. Bones M should be giants and maybe bats. Let's take a look. So giant bats, we would get a stack of 2, which we would have a lot of trouble dealing with. And we could get a single giant, which we could take out pretty easily. particularly if we were able to take it from hiding and alert our boarding star. Yeah, but the bats are not great. Having a stack of bats on us as we're trying to find the secret passageway, particularly because we would be collecting creatures on this cliff 3 space, and then in order to move out, we would get one hide roll. Hide, move. If we fail, we would get blocked. Because you can't move out into a mountain space. The first move phase happens, but then you get blocked before the second move phase. So you get caught and you get blocked before you can make your way into the mountains. So yeah, it's not a particularly good, safe place to explore. So I think what I'm leaning towards is making our way back through Borderlands towards the vault, getting some good large treasures, coming back, and maybe getting a workhorse from the rogues, which, well, we're neutral with them, but possibly, or a warhorse from the Order would be fantastic. And that will help let us handle stacks of bats without any problem. So let's head back this way. Unfortunately, it's going to take 4 phases either way to get there. Let's go through Lindenwoods. We can see if there's a campfire here. We'll get us to that Borderlands 1 space either way. Actually, maybe I'll stop in Lindenwoods 2, and do 2 rests, or 2 hides rather, and a rest. And then tomorrow we can move, hide. There's white magic all over the board here, so we could cast our Make Whole spell if we needed to. We are hidden. Nothing shows up. It's Dank W, which should be vipers. A couple snakes, which we aren't too excited about fighting. All right, day 8. Move, hide into Borderlands here. There's the monster die roll of 2, so we escape the snakes, and we get Ruincy and Patter, so absolutely tons of goblins here. So I believe, I don't remember, I think the sound chits might attract first. I'm actually would have to look that up. But regardless, we'll get a stack of goblins on the Patter space and a second stack on us wherever we end up. It's really not great. You know, we're worried about time too, because already day 9 here, and we haven't really made any progress at all. We could easily get stuck in a cave clearing with a bunch of goblins on us. And escaping through here, like we could move even, and then move, and just get out before, try and hope to get out before the goblins. We would risk 1 in 6 roll, basically. And we get out, but then we would be in with the rogues, and if they do battle us, we can't run from them, and we're likely to be killed by them. So it's not great. Having the rogues, the inn right here, makes it a lot more difficult for us to get through. Do we abandon the plan, or do we continue the plan of getting to the vault? So that would be minimum 1-2 days to get here. some risk. Maybe a third day to get here and hide. Fourth day to move in here, hide, search. As we could probably by day 14 be in here searching. And then make our way back. I still think it's our best plan, so I think we just take the risk. Yeah, we're just neutral with the rogues. My card here. We subtract one from all meeting table die rolls, so actually, because we're honorable, I think it's much less likely that we would get block battled by the rogues, which is actually quite nice. I'll take a look at that meeting table and find it. Here it is. So in neutral, actually, I think because we're honorable, I don't think we'll ever get trouble. Because we're going to subtract one from the top die, so we only get 5 or less. That's actually really nice, and something I haven't really thought about with the White Knight before is that they really don't get battled by neutral natives like everyone else does. So that's actually really nice. I mean, unfriendly, you can still get challenged, but unless you're an enemy, you have an enemy, you're really unlikely to get block battled or forced to fight a native group. All right, so that makes it a little bit safer. We're still taking a pretty big risk here. I mean, I think 6 axe goblins would be a very difficult fight. I don't know if it's winnable. Although the Morning Star does help in that fight, because we will be undercutting some goblins with a speed of 3 every other turn at least. So we're taking that 1 in 6 risk of getting a monster die roll of I believe 3 and getting a stack of goblins here. Four, so I think we're okay. Nothing shows up. And now we can just move through and into the inn. Take a look at my card one more time. Our enemy is the company. So actually there is a 1 in 6 chance that the company shows up. And they are much more likely to block battle us. Don't think we can run from the company either. They have a couple of their members who have a fairly fast move speed. But, again, I'm taking that 1-6 risk of that the company doesn't show up here. You gotta risk a little bit here. Nothing shows up. And next we will move. I guess hide. I don't think we want to move all the way into ledges this turn. If the ogres do show up, I think that would be a free 6 notoriety for us. We do fail to hide though, so that could make ogres a little tough to fight, and they do actually show up. All right. So I think we can use our fight H4 to alert our Morning Star, because that would beat their move speed of 5. But that would mean we would not be able to move H5. Let's take a look at their flip side 1 second here. Yeah, so their attack speed is 5. So we need to maneuver 5, which means we need to have this move h5 available to us. We can only use 2 effort asterisks. So I think alerting is not going to happen. It's really unfortunate we didn't hide, because I think we could have taken these a lot easier if we were hidden. Like if we try and alert here, yeah, we would need to use a fight h4 or a fight t4. And again, I think that move h5 is extremely important so that the ogres don't undercut us. So we don't use our fast chit there to alert our weapon. So our fight speed is going to be 6. Turn 1. I think we do have the length advantage on the ogres, who, despite the fact that they show on their chit with the club, I believe they have a tooth and claw, so they have a range of their weapon of 0. So that will help us at least. So we'll target one of the 2 ogres here. We could run away, actually. Maybe running away wouldn't have been the worst thing to do. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. h6 is fine. We're going to cover our maneuver, and we're going to move h5. So they can't undercut us. We can't undercut them. But if they stay in the same position, we'll kill this ogre before it hits us. As long as this ogre doesn't move up, but there's a 1 in 3 chance that it will move up, then we should be okay, safe on this turn. And we get lucky. So this is basically an ideal situation where the ogre we were targeting stays where it was. We kill the first of the 2 ogres. So now we should be good here to alert our Morning Star. We don't need to maneuver. We will have to fatigue something, so fatigue, fight h5, I guess. We will target the second ogre. No need to maneuver here. We're just going to go ahead and swing away with our fight h6 and our alerted Morning Star, which will undercut and is faster than the ogre. So the second ogre is down. We're total of 6 notoriety, so our first contribution towards our victory requirements there. Looks like we have to fatigue again. That I don't understand. Oh, round 1 we had fatigue for because we used our. Actually, I'm not really sure why we're fatiguing 2 here. But we'll make change here. I must have missed something. We'll rest it back with our special ability pretty quickly. Going in combat. So now we are going to move into the vault. Again, we do need to be hidden here because another row of bats will bring 2 or more bats to our space. All right, so running for day 12, we move. We're going to take our free rest, which we do need now. Hide at least once. Trying to think if we want to do 2 or 1. We do have an advantage in that this is a safe space here. So we do have the option of move, search, search, move. Which will prevent the bats from gathering on the vault. Having the tremendous troll come here would actually be good for us. So that would be one reason to hide in that space and let things come to us. But a stack of giant bats is going to make searching the vault a lot harder. So move, search, move, instead of hiding, is going to help us get the treasures out of the vault without bringing those bats down. Until turn 14, the ogres won't come back. It's kind of a shame to miss out on a tremendous troll, but there's equal chance that we're going to get multiple giant bats down on us here. So, yeah, I think getting treasures out of the vault is more important. Rest our fight H4. I guess we'll make change with one of our fight H5s here. A couple of searches. We're going to try and get treasure locations. Nothing. Nothing. And then we move back out. Monster die roll of 6, so we would have gotten bats. And this is good. This avoids that. That was the correct decision. We'll do the same thing again. Around turn 13, we're safe from ogres. They're dead. Move, search, rest, and move. Not getting lucky here with our searches, passages, finds nothing. This is a path. Rest up that final shit. And move out again and again. A monster die roll of 6, so we're dodging those bats. So now we are writing for day 14. So if we get a dump monster die roll of, what is it, 3, then the ogres will come after us again. So it makes this space not safe. I think we go in and we hide and search this turn. Maybe we get lucky and get a tremendous troll from hiding, which would be fantastic for us. 2 hides in a search. Does that make sense? Maybe 1 hide in a search. Take a little bit of a risk. 1 hide, 2 searches. All right, we'll take a little bit of a risk here. And then I might end up doing 3 searches or something, and then move out. We haven't found it yet. So there would be ogres here. Again, I think we're getting really lucky here, sneaking out of Oak Woods before the ogres show up. They do regenerate. We do succeed in hiding. And we find the vault. Fantastic. So we need to open it, which means we're going to fatigue. We'll go and fatigue this move T6 chit to open it. And then we will loot the vault. There's 5, I believe, all large treasures. But we get a 6, so we find nothing. And we'll go ahead and rest that move T6 chit that we had to fatigue. Ogres are back, but nothing comes to our space. So now we want to do a bunch of searches here, as many as we want to risk. So we do like 3 searches and a hide. That seems reasonable. Again, it's either we don't get bats or trolls, or we do and we hide. If we got a tremendous troll and we were unhidden, I think we are likely still okay. we have any T fights which don't have effort asterisks? I don't remember. Looks like no. So turn 1, we can't effectively dodge the troll and damage it with our Morning Star. It's all about surviving to turn 2 and not getting hit turn 1. Because if you get picked up by the Trennis troll, you are dead. I think we definitely do not want to fight this thing unhidden. So day 15, I think we do 2 hides, unfortunately. Hide, search, rest. We just do not want to risk being unhidden. Monster roll of 2, so I think nothing's coming. We could have searched, but you never know that. All right, so we found our first treasure here, and it's a good one. It's the golden crown. We can sell that to the guard, who are, well, they're a ways away, but they're near our friends the Order, who we sort of want to return to, and it gets us 50 gold and 20 fame. So that is fantastic. That's exactly what we want. And our next search here, now we need I think a 4 or less. We find nothing. Rest is nothing. Golden Crown is also armor. We could wear it as a heavy helmet, I believe. Let's take a look. Medium armor versus smash. So it is heavy, but it's only medium armor. Not really worth risking damaging it. It's also a great treasure. I'm considering 3 searches and moving out. We definitely want to get at least 1 more, maybe 2 more treasures. We should probably count the time to get back. Because getting the guard, selling the crown, getting back to the Order, buying a war horse, and then going and killing goblins or the rogues, something like that would probably be reasonable. We could fight the guard. Doesn't really feel in character, but they're also not that easy. Or the White Knight. Even with the warhorse. So a day to get here. Probably 3 more days to get through Borderlands safely. For 5 days. This brings us to day 21 out of 28. I think we could have a couple more days of searching with the vault here. I'm really tempted to do 1 hide and 3 searches, even though I feel like it's wrong. There's really a 1 out of 3 chance we're going to get giant bats or the Trennis troll here, and we want to be hidden in either case. All right, we're gonna do 2 hides, 2 searches, and a rest. Oh, interesting. So we found the Crypt of the Night. Let's take a look at the chart for the Crypt of the Night. Let's see where that chart is. I'm gonna say it's back up here, yeah. So we're rolling 2 dice. If we get Snake Eyes, we get the best warhorse in the game. We get a 1 and a 2, we get the Tremendous Suit of Armor, which is interesting. We have 3 or better. We get the Bane of Sword, which is a tremendous sword with a speed of 2 on its alerted side, which is insane. 4 or less, we get a treasure card. 5 or less, we get a 1 gold point. And these gold points remain available when all treasures are gone. Okay, so you can just find single pieces of gold in the Crypt of the Night. Interesting. As 6, you roll for a curse. I mean, the Crypt of the Night is probably worth looting, assuming we only have 3 treasures left in the vault. Oh, we got double 1s there. So the Crypt of the Night is was at the top of the pile. Interesting. Yeah, so we have 3 or less to get something from the vault. It would be a 4 or less to get something from the Crypt of the Night. But you also can get cursed. I think we loot the Crypt of the Night. Just better chances of getting something. Oh, we have to fatigue a tremendous shit. Is that just to open it, or is that every time? Let's fatigue the tight fight T5. And we gained 1 gold. Not great. But the rest does help us. We get back that fight. I think that's just breaking open the crypt. Once jar roll of 2, nothing shows up. There's still 4 things on the crypt, so I think we stay another day and keep searching. At least another day. We've increased the number of treasures here. Hide, search, rest, I guess. It feels really slow, but again, I think it's the safest play. Once die roll 1, should be nothing. Still looting the Crypt of the Night. So we fatigue every time we loot it, which is interesting. Again, that fight T5, I think. Oh, okay. Well, we found the Bane Sword. Very interesting. So it's a T8 on one side and a T2 on the other. There is a disadvantage of the Bane Sword, and that is it is tremendous, and therefore we're not going to use our move H4 while carrying it. Not that you necessarily need to when you have a T2. If you basically alert it, you should be able to take any one creature out before it gets a chance to fight you. But not great against 2 or more things. And I think we can sell it too. Which, to be honest, I think we might want to. Let's take a look at what we get for it. I think there's fame and notoriety associated with it. Is it just on the weapons list, or is there something else? Bane Sword. So we can sell for 20 gold, which is nice. I think there's some fame or something associated with it as well. All right, so it's got a fame value of 6, notoriety value of 3. I think that's while you That's just while you own it. But yeah, it's definitely something that is that heavy though. I think you need to sell it. Unless you get a warhorse. And if you get a warhorse, which we are planning on getting, then I guess you could hang on to it. So that's pretty lucky. Get another search here. So now we have sort of equal chances here. Although I guess a Crypt of the Night, a 4 or 5 gives us something. 4 gives us the treasure, and a 5 gives us 1 gold piece, which is, it is what it is. And a vault, it's a 3 or less to get anything. So I think we actually do continue the Crypt of the Night, even though there's a chance of the curse. Sure, we'll loot the Crypt of the Night. Oh, we have to fatigue again. This is kind of bad. I guess we make change. Oh my god. We found the warhorse. Okay. Well, problem solved, I guess. We are completely safe here. Now we can just go in and activate this stuff, because why not? We, although... Do we have any T fights? I don't think we have any T fights, so maybe we're going to keep the Morning Star activated. But yeah, now we have a warhorse, so bats, no problem. The yeah, we're totally fine here. It's a T3 on its galloping side. I mean, all right. We still haven't found the treasure, but get that fight T5 back. And we are waiting for day 18, and we are nigh invulnerable between the warhorse, mostly the warhorse, but also with the Bane Sword. We and the Morning Star, we are pretty much able to take anyone out that we want to. I mean, the rogues would be difficult still. They have the 2 rogues which have a T3 attack. So the question is, do we stay here and try and get more treasures out of the vault? I like the idea of going to the guard and selling stuff to them, and then just taking them out. There's some risk there because there are 3 of them. We are playing with watchful natives, so you can only kill 1 in a turn, and the other 2 have a chance to line up with you with their tremendous damage and kill your warhorse. But we will get the fame from selling the gold helmet to them, which we need. Killing stacks of goblins feels pretty good. We can kill bats. I think the rogues are still a little bit too dangerous for us to fight. One thing we could do is... yeah, with the Bane Sword, we can take out one of the 2 axemen safely. If we could hire one of the Order, we could come back and put one of the axemen on their sheet, take out the other. We have to take a bow shot, so like a lucky bow shot could kill our warhorse, but somewhat unlikely. I think that's 1 in 6. So we're gonna figure out how to maximize our points now with this incredible luck that we've gotten. This is not a normal game. You don't normally get the warhorse and Bane out of the Crypt of the Night. I think we ignore the treasure in the Crypt of the Night because, yeah, just because we don't want to get that curse necessarily. Although, what's the worst curse we would get? Like, we don't need to hide anymore. The ones that make our gold and fame and notoriety worthless. We can't rest, and those aren't as big a deal. And we're gonna head back to the guard who are right next to the chapel anyway. So maybe the curses just don't matter. So day 18, I think we do 4 searches. We let's rest first, just so we, in case we get the curse where we can't rest, we do that first, and then we'll do 4 searches. We don't need to hide. We might want to alert. So turn 1, the tremendous troll cannot. It cannot hurt us. Turn 2, it has a speed of 2. So I think we need to alert the Bane Sword. Activate the Bane Sword. So turn 2, we have a T2. We tie the speed of the tremendous troll. I'll show you what I'm thinking about here. Just if so, here's the tremendous troll. So it's H4/4 on this side. That H attack will not hurt our tremendous armored warhorse. But if you look in the back of it, it picks us up off of the warhorse and has an attack speed of 2, which is the fastest, most deadly attack in the game. But turn 1, we take a swing with our Bane Sword at speed 8. If we don't hit, turn 2, it flips automatically, speed of 2. That ties the tremendous troll and undercuts it. We both hit, but with the length breaking the tie, we kill the tremendous troll on turn 2, no problem. So I think this is perfectly safe. We don't need to worry about recording a hide or an alert. Go ahead and send that for day 18. All right, so we'll go ahead and rest the fight T4. We'll make change with the fight H5. Monster die roll of 2, I think, is nothing. And so there's either a roll of 4 gets us that treasure in the Crypt of the Night. We found everything else, or 3 or less gets us the vault. I still think it's a little bit easier to get a 4 than really a 3 or less. I'm not sure. Let's loot the vault though. It also doesn't fatigue anything. So 5 when it doesn't do anything. We found the Crypt of the Night again. That's interesting. I didn't know this mechanic, but it seems like when we found the Crypt of the Night, it was on top of the stack. But now it moves to the bottom of the stack. The other 3 treasures go on top of it, which I didn't understand. I never knew that was a thing. Oh, nice. We did find something. So we found the crystal ball, which is worth 20 gold. Lets us peer or spell in any hex, which is, I mean, for a different character, for a different game, I think that might be useful. But for mostly, it's going to be worth another 20 gold for us. I'm glad we put that point in gold, that extra point in gold, because I think we're going to be making out pretty well. So now I think the last search, now that there's only 2 things, a 1 and a 2 would be required to get one of those 2 treasures. I think we go for the 4 on the Crypt of the Night. So we're cursed with disgust. That's fine. We find nothing. And yeah. All right. So now I think we're at the point of the game. We have 9 turns left, and we need to get to the guard in the chapel. Right, the rogues will never battle us, so we can get to the inn in 1 turn. So it's 1 day. We're no longer scared of the first 2 stacks of goblins, at least, so we can just move directly through here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need to unfortunately make our way to the guard and sell stuff. And I think we might try and hire someone from the Order as well. Maybe we sell something to the Order and try and hire one of them to fight the guard with. It's still risky. There's still be 2 guardsmen on our sheep, but I think at turn 19 we need to make our way back. It's really unfortunate we haven't had a chance to kill more creatures. We never got to kill the Tremendous Troll. It would be fun to play an extended game with this loadout, but we're only playing 1 month, so it's time to start making our way back. We could fight the rogues. I mean, it's only if those Rogue 1 and Rogue 2 flip, or if Rogue 4 gets a lucky hit, that we're in danger. And we are undercutting them every other turn. Maybe we get lucky when we get a stack of goblins to kill. Let's make our way back. Move straight into the inn. We will rest. We would have gotten some bats. We are okay with that now. Off the back of our warhorse. We're not going to fight the rogues. I think that would be too much of a risk. We're going to move through here. The warhorse will be inactive in the caves, but I believe it will activate as we move out. Actually not sure how this works, but it looks like we can activate again. I don't know if I have an optional rule for that or if that's just the way it works. Once die roll of 2 is nothing, no goblins, and sort of unfortunately actually. We're gonna be in Borderlands for 1 more turn here, so one more chance to get goblins. Again, moving through the caves. Die roll 4 will not bring goblins to us. All right, so now we need to get to the chapel and the guard, day 22. So we're just moving, move. Bones W, the ogres can actually kill our warhorse, so, but, you know, we'll take the chance. And they do not show up. Day 23. I think we stop at the chapel first. Move. 5 gold. We could sell something to them. I'm going to sell everything else to the guard if we're going to fight them. So 1 trade to sell a bunch of junk, or some junk to the order, and then a hire. Try and get at least one of them to help us with the guard. We'll record that rest. So we have 5. So we don't want to spend more gold than we need to, but to safely get one of the order, we really need 16 or 24 gold. we're going to sell. Just selling the crystal ball would do it. That would bring us up to 25. And I don't know if it matters too much. Obviously, the golden crown has to go to the guard. And we want to keep the warhorse and probably the morning star. We'll probably sell the bane sword. I don't think it's necessary. The guard are heavy and armored, and the morning star is just as good as the bane sword. Actually, better in some ways. Yeah, let's go and sell the crystal ball to the order. That will let us get price times 3. So a trade, or a hire rather. We will not buy drinks. 32 will not do it. And then rest. Nothing shows up. Our curse gets dispelled. We're at day 24. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. To make something happen here. Can we fight the guard without hireling is the question. Would certainly be a lot less safe. So we spend day 24 hiring. Day 25 we move into the guard. Sell all of our stuff. We alert our weapon. And then we take them out. Day 25, evening of day 25. That gives us day 26, day 27 to loot. And then we move back and sell everything to the order day 28. I think this is probably our best play. So that just means we want four hires. We could sell, and well, I think we want to sell. We want to go for price times 3 or better. I don't think we want to spend 32 gold on an order. So 4 hires and a rest. Price times 4 won't do it. 16 price times 2. That's basically as good as we can expect to get. So we'll take that. We'll do the next 2 hires just in case we get a boon. Price times 4 and another price times 2. But again, we do not have that much. We got the one that we wanted. There's still some risk here. Losing our warhorse is definitely a risk. Oh, the Lancers are here. The Lancers can't hurt me or my hireling, but we are friendly with them. So it just feels... It feels very much out of character to fight these Lancers, even though in some ways they are free notoriety and gold. I don't think we need it. I think in the interest of time. Well, it's funny because we're going to go sell the crown to the guard, and they're going to become our friends, and then we're going to kill them. So I guess that's also not in character. But I think in the interest of time, we just won't fight the Lancers. Just know that we could have mopped up a little bit more notoriety here. We'll stick with the plan. Let me just make sure that my hireling is assigned to follow me. And for day 25, we will move to the guard. We're going to set. Actually, let me do a little bit of. We're gonna activate our Morning Star. I think we sell the armor. I think we're good with these two things. If we get unhorsed, we might find ourselves in a little bit of trouble, but then I think we can alert our Morning Star. All right, so we move. We trade to sell everything to them. We alert our weapon. So it's here, alert. And I guess we hide and rest. The hide doesn't matter because we're playing with watchful natives. I'm actually going to fight them round 2 because I think their great swords are longer than our Morning Star. So yeah, we'll deal with that. All right. We move over to the guard. We trade with them. We're going to sell Golden Crown for sure. We're going to sell Bane's Sword. And we're going to sell our suit of armor, hanging on to our Morning Star and our Warhorse. I think this is correct. That gives us tons of gold. We're going to alert our Morning Star. We do hide. We rest, although we're fully rested. All right, so this is going to be an interesting fight. I think we, again, let round 1 elapse because our advantage is in speed and not in the length of our weapon. All right, round 2. We have to take 2, unfortunately, and our knight takes 1. That's all they can do, and they're best on their H4 star side here. It's their faster side. We'll flip their horse to H4. I believe that's how it works, and we lure both. We target one of these 2 guards. Auto position them. We have an alerted Morning Star. We can use our fight H6 here. That doesn't matter. And we're going to use our galloping Warhorse for a speed of 3. So worst case, guard 2 flips and moves up and kills our Warhorse, but otherwise we're in pretty good shape here. So yeah, this needs to be like this. And why? I don't know why this happens. Like, why did the horse flip? I feel like I did something wrong. I think you need to put it on its slower side during the earlier phase, and then it flips to galloping during this phase. It's a little bit confusing. It shouldn't matter. He shouldn't flip. He won't flip because it's his own sheet. The H4 is faster than the H5 of the guard. So I think it's still in good shape. We should still get the kill there. All right, see what happens. All right, looks like we killed 2 of the 3 guards, and looks like we got lucky. They did change their tactics, they changed their position, and they did end up hitting my horse, but they didn't change tactics, so they were not able to kill it. And So we got 2 out of 3 done. So I think we're all set here. So what we do here is we lure the last one to my native here, hireling, and that lets me alert my Morning Star with a fight age 6, and I can assign guard 2 as a target. Positioning, I just put my Morning Star anywhere, use a fight age 5, and we should undercut and get the kill. And we do. So we get 6 notoriety for that one, so I think we get 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 6, 12 notoriety total, and 12 gold as well. And that is the end of that combat. All right, so we're at 26. I think we basically loot the clearing for day 26 and day 27, and then we move over here and sell everything to the order and call that a game. Let's see how that goes. Patrol might show up. We could always fight the patrol. 4 searches, an arrest. 12 items in the clearing. We found a broadsword. Found a mace. Ointment of bite. An axe. Nothing shows up. Now day 27. We're going to do another day of looting the clearing. Found our armor back. That's worth 17 gold. Another mace, breastplate, helmet, and nothing shows up. So now we're back to day 28, and so we can do search, move, trade, and end our turn in the chapel. I think that's it. So search, I guess the rest is free, and we'll move it back to the chapel, and we will trade and sell everything back to the order, and probably spend our rest of our days in the chapel. All right, so search, move, trade. We'll send that day 28. Oh, we found the golden crown. We shouldn't have. Game is being very nice to us here. Should have put more into gold. And we found the Bane sword. All right, then we can sell to... I mean, it doesn't matter. I'll sell it to the order. And we're going to sell everything to the order. The Bane sword is fame, 6 fame and 3 notoriety for hanging on to. I could do some calculations here about whether the 20 gold or the 6 fame and 3 notoriety is better. It looks like we're at least according to this, we have 20 fame and 30 notoriety, which seem like even increments of it. We would need another 10 notoriety to get to 40, which I think is the magical number. And we would need 10 to get to 30. So I don't think 3 notoriety or 6 fame is helping us here. Interesting enough, 20 fame, no. This gives negative 15 notoriety. Yeah, nothing else gives us fame and notoriety. So I think we sell everything. Just maximize our gold. Boom, 267 gold. And we'll end combat, or end the game rather. And we have a final score of 15. Let's take a look at our how this is calculated. All right, so we ended up recording 20 fame, 30 notoriety, and 267 gold. Yeah, so it's good that we put 2 points in gold for sure. So I do have a calculator. Spend a moment here, and we'll use the calculator and just see if there would be a better way for us to have put our, probably putting everything into gold would have been the best thing, seeing as we got so much of it. But so we'll put in what we have here. So we needed 2 points of fame, 1 of notoriety, and 2 in gold. And we recorded 20 fame, 30 notoriety, and 267. It's actually 237, or 230 rather, minus the starting inventory. 230 is what we ended up with. So that's a final of 15. We can click the calculate button here and just sort by final. So we're pretty close to the max. We could have gotten 18 instead of 15 if we put 4 into gold, 1 into fame, or 3 into gold, 1 into fame, 1 into notoriety. So we just lost out on a couple points, a few points here, by not putting a few more of our points into gold. Yep. So that was a pretty exceptional game for the White Knight. Actually, I was expecting a win, unless we had some really bad luck, but we got some really good luck there. Finding the Crypt of the Night, finding the Warhorse and the Bane Sword. I think the only thing we were slightly unlucky with is just monsters appearing when we wanted them to. So if we had gotten the Tremendous Troll here and a stack of goblins or 2 in Borderlands, we could have easily mopped up in the fame and notoriety departments. As it is, I think we did pretty well with a total score of 15. Next time we'll be moving on to the next character. I think we're pretty close to the end here, and hope to see you then. Thanks a lot.